Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. There is a reason you clicked on this video right now. It wasn't just the YouTube algorithm. It wasn't a random suggestion. In the world of Carl Jung, there are no accidents. There is only synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that act as signposts from the universe. You are watching this because you can feel it. That deep, restless tension in your gut, that quiet whisper in the back of your mind telling you that the life you are currently living is too small for the spirit that inhabits it. You have been playing small. You have been hiding, and lately you feel like you are walking through mud. Every time you get close to a breakthrough, something pulls you back. A sudden depression, a distraction, a conflict, a wave of self-doubt. You might call it bad luck. You might call it just the way I am, but Carl Jung would call it something else. He would say you are standing at the precipice of individuation. You are seeing this video because the cycle of suffering is finally done serving its purpose. You are seeing this because it is finally your turn to win. Welcome to Timeless Wisdom Official. Today, we are not just talking about motivation. Motivation is cheap. Motivation fades. We are going to perform a psychological surgery. We are going to dismantle the hidden mechanisms in your subconscious that have been keeping you stuck on loss mode, and we are going to rewire you for victory. If you are ready to stop repeating the past and finally claim your future, make sure you're subscribed. Now, let's walk through the door.
The addiction to the cage. Why you keep losing. Let's start with a brutal truth. A truth that might make you angry, but it is necessary for your liberation. Part of you loves losing. Part of you is addicted to your own struggle. This isn't because you are broken. It's because you are biological. Your primitive brain, the lizard brain, has one primary directive: survival. To your ancient ancestors, the unknown was dangerous. The unknown meant death. Familiarity, even if it was painful, meant safety. If you have spent the last 5, 10, or 20 years struggling, feeling overlooked, or barely getting by, your nervous system has identified that state as your home. It is your baseline. This is what psychologists call homeostatic impulse. Think of a thermostat in a house. If the thermostat is set to 65 degrees, your level of struggle, and suddenly you have a great week, you get a bonus, you meet someone amazing, you feel happy. The temperature rises to 80 degrees. What happens? The alarms go off. Your unconscious mind says, "Alert! We are in uncharted territory. This is unsafe. Return to baseline." So, you unconsciously self-sabotage. You pick a fight with your partner. You procrastinate on that big project. You get sick. You find a way to cool the temperature back down to the suffering you know. You are not afraid of failing. You have failed 1,000 times. You are an expert at surviving failure. What you are actually terrified of is succeeding. Because success requires the death of the person you are right now. Carl Jung said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." Winning isn't just about getting money or status. Winning means you can no longer be the victim. It means you can no longer blame your parents, your society, or your luck. Winning means you are powerful. And power is terrifying to a person who has spent a lifetime on their knees. But if you are still watching, it means the pain of staying the same has finally exceeded the pain of change. The golden shadow, fearing your own light. We often hear about shadow work. Usually, when people talk about the shadow, they talk about the dark stuff. Your repressed anger, your hidden jealousy, your lust, your shame. But Jung discovered something even more profound. He discovered that the shadow doesn't just hold your darkness. It holds your light. This is called the golden shadow. Imagine a child who was told they were too much. Too loud, too smart, too creative, too sensitive. To survive in their family or school, they had to suppress that greatness. They shoved their genius into a bag and dragged it behind them. Years later, that person looks at successful people with admiration, or maybe even envy. They project their own golden shadow onto others. You look at a great entrepreneur, a visionary artist, or a charismatic leader, and you think, they are special. I am not. Jung would say, you are wrong. You can only recognize in others what already exists inside of you. You cannot resonate with a frequency you do not possess. The fact that you can see their greatness is proof that the seed of that greatness is buried in your shadow. But here is the catch. Retrieving your golden shadow is dangerous. If you admit you are a genius, you must create a masterpiece. If you admit you are a leader, you must lead. If you admit you are destined for wealth, you must stop acting poor. The golden shadow demands responsibility, and responsibility feels heavy. It is easier to play the victim than to play the hero. The victim gets pity, the hero gets pressure. But ask yourself, how much energy does it take to hold that beach ball of your potential underwater? You are exhausted not because you are doing too much, but because you are suppressing too much. You are tired because you are fighting a war against your own evolution. Surrendering to your greatness isn't arrogance. It is simply allowing the natural flow of life to move through you again. Enantiodromia, the darkness before dawn. If you feel like your life is falling apart right now, I have good news for you. You are right on schedule. Carl Jung used a Greek term to describe this phenomenon, enantiodromia. It means running counter to. It is the principle that everything, sooner or later, turns into its opposite. Winter becomes spring. Night becomes day. And extreme unconsciousness eventually flips into extreme awakening. The chaos you are experiencing, the loss of friends, the confusion, the sudden lack of interest in things you used to love, is not a sign of death. It is a sign of a forest fire. Nature burns down the dead wood to make room for new growth. Your psyche is doing the same thing. You are not having a breakdown. You are having a breakthrough. The structure of your old life must collapse because it cannot support the weight of your new destiny. This phase is messy. It is uncomfortable. It feels like you are walking through a desert. But remember this, the intensity of the shadow is always equal to the intensity of the light. If you are facing a massive wall of resistance, it is proof that there is a massive treasure behind it. The universe doesn't send big demons to little heroes. The 5 signs of the shift diagnostics. So, how do you know if you are just having a bad month, or if you are truly crossing the threshold into your winning season? Based on Jungian psychology and the patterns of human transformation, here are the 5 unmistakable signs that your turn to win has arrived. Sign number 1. The collapse of tolerance. Suddenly, you just can't fake it anymore. Things you used to tolerate, gossiping friends, a soul-sucking job, mediocre relationships, junk food, suddenly become physically repulsive to you. You used to be able to put on a mask and smile through the dinner party. Now, you'd rather be alone than be with people who drain your energy. This is your soul rejecting the fake nutrients it has been fed for years. Sign number 2. Hypersynchronicity. Coincidences start happening so often that they become mathematically impossible. You think of an old friend, and they call you 5 minutes later. You ask for a sign, and a book falls off the shelf. You see repeating numbers. This is the universe winking at you. It's a signal that your internal frequency is aligning with external reality. The barrier between you and the world is thinning. You are getting into the flow. Sign number 3. The return of the child. Strange, forgotten memories from your childhood are surfacing. Maybe you suddenly have an urge to draw, or run, or build things, or stare at the stars, things you loved when you were 7 years old, before the world told you to grow up and get serious. Jung said the child is both beginning and end. Your inner child holds the blueprint of your destiny. If they are knocking on the door, let them in. They have the map you lost. Sign number 4. The void. This is the scariest one. The old you is dead. but the new you hasn't been born yet. You are in the hallway between doors. You feel empty. You feel directionless. You don't know who you are anymore. Most people panic here. They rush back to their ex or back to their old habits just to feel something. Don't do it. Stay in the void. The void is not empty. It is fertile. It is the womb of creation. Wait for the vision. Sign number 5. Physical rejection. Your body is keeping score. You might experience sudden changes in sleep patterns, changes in appetite, or even flu-like symptoms with no medical cause. This is a purge. Your biology is literally upgrading to handle a higher voltage of energy. You are shedding cellular memory of trauma and limitation. Drink water. Rest. Let the upgrade happen. Executing the win, the art of individuation. Now you know the signs. You know why you've been stuck, and you know that the chaos is actually a calling. But knowledge without action is just philosophy. Winning requires a change in physics, not just metaphysics. How do you actually walk through the door? Here is your protocol. Step 1. Kill the victim archetype. This is non-negotiable. You cannot win if you believe life is happening to you. You must believe life is happening for you. As of this second, you lose the right to blame. Your parents? Forgiven. The economy? Irrelevant. Your past trauma? It's now your training ground. The moment you take 100% responsibility for your life, even for the things that weren't your fault, you steal the power back from the world and put it in your own hand. Step 2. Invoke the magician. Jung spoke of archetypes, universal patterns of power. You have been living in the orphan archetype, alone, scared. It is time to invoke the magician. The magician understands that his thoughts construct reality. Start acting like the winner before the win arrives. How does the wealthy version of you walk? How do they speak? What time do they wake up? Do not wait for the evidence to change. Change yourself, and the evidence will follow. Step 3. Active imagination. This is Jung's secret weapon. Don't just suppress your fears. Talk to them. Sit down. Close your eyes. Imagine your fear as a person. Ask it, what are you trying to protect me from? Negotiate with your subconscious. Thank it for keeping you safe in the cage, but firmly inform it that you are dismantling the bars. Integration is not about destroying your ego. It's about getting your ego to work for your soul. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung once said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." Your past was the prologue. It was the necessary darkness to develop your night vision. But the night is over. You didn't click on this video by accident. You clicked because your spirit is done waiting. The glass ceiling has shattered. The golden shadow is reclaiming its throne. The universe has finally given you the green light. The only question remaining is, do you have the courage to step on the gas? I think you do. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here at the end of this video. If this message resonated with your soul, do not let the feeling fade. Anchor it. Like this video to signal the algorithm of the universe. Subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Official to join the few who are waking up. And finally, go to the comments below and write one simple phrase to seal your intention. I am ready. Write it down. Declare it. Let the world know you have arrived. It is finally your turn to win.